Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, and welcome to Fairfield Today. It's a Christmas season here in Lancaster and Fairfield County. We hope yours is becoming a great one as we really get well into this season, and it looks like it's turning into Christmas outside Fairfield Federal. Of course, we're broadcasting and telecasting today as we tape. We'll begin with, as everything is this time of year, kind of a seasonal event, and this is one that I think was hyped to us and talked about a couple of weeks ago when we had Victor Jones on with Ohio University Lancaster, and we were talking about different things going on, and he indicated that the event we're going to talk about now was coming, and sure enough, he wasn't kidding. It is here. It's a wonderful live radio play, and for me, that's exciting because I think of all the movies, that may be my favorite movie of all time. I really enjoy that movie, so this is a pretty exciting event. Here to talk about it are some of the principles of this going on as we talk about the compilation and addition of these groups. There are the Lancaster Playhouse, P.J. Aubrey with us here, Ohio University Lancaster, that is Victor Jones, and not with us today are Marilyn Steiner and Kathy Bittler, who represent the Garret Players. Okay. So all three of these groups are coming together. They all have their individual seasons. They all do different things together. We talk to all of them all the time, and they're just all super groups individually. But now they've come together to build this really a super group out at Ohio University in Lancaster, and it's coming up December 1, 2, and 3. It's a wonderful a live radio play. Anything else I need to say about it is it's getting showtime.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets now. It's really coming.
It is. And it's a wonderful collaboration between the three groups. It was Victor's idea. And he approached us in the summer and asked us if we would be interested in doing this.
Such a good idea, I think.
We were thrilled to be a part of it. And it like you said when we were discussing before the filming, it's a wonderful thing to bring all the community groups together and resources, actors, and really give Lancaster something special to remember.
Now, in our kind of pre-bit talk here, we were just talking. You talk about bringing everybody together. You bring three groups, but you almost may need this many people. There's a lot of moving parts in this, right, Victor?
There are a lot of moving parts, and it's been really exciting to meet all these new people, and that's been the most exciting part for me, to work with new actors and everything. Sure. There are a lot of moving parts, more than about 30 to 32 cast members. Wow. 4 to 5 young people, children, who play the George's kids. Yeah. We have jingle singers who sing the commercial breaks and all those sorts of things, and it's been a joy. And we are tackling this head on and moving through it really quickly.
So how long have you been kind of involved in this? A month or so, or I'm not sure how long you go back.
We just started rehearsals on November 10th.
Wow, so really recent, and now here we are late in November, and it's coming, and December 1, 2, and 3.
That's correct.
It's right around the corner. You know that, right?
Yeah, every day.
We do.
You can feel the tie getting a little tighter right now as we talk. And we've got musicians, we've got singers, we've got young people, we've got actors from all three groups.
And they're from all over Central Ohio.
Really?
The gentleman that plays George comes from Dublin.
Nice.
To rehearsal every evening. And then we have OUL students, the Lancaster Playhouse, and Garret Players. And some community members that are not involved with any of those three groups before.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So were there auditions for some of these parts, or?
Yep, we did have auditions.
Okay.
So it was cast through auditions. And we also have live sound effects being made by 3 students.
Really?
And all those sound effects that you normally have taped in a production are being done live on stage. So that's all part of the fun and the excitement.
And this is part of PJ's thing in the show is to work with the Foley artist. It's one of the hardest characters in the show.
Sure. Now, are you playing the piano in
I
this
am
again?
playing the piano.
And you just came off another gig, didn't you?
Right, I was playing for title of show.
Yeah.
So my first love is music and piano, so it's been a joy doing that.
So how's the directing being handled? Are y'all fighting for the director's job, or just begging somebody else to do it, or how's that working?
All of the above.
No.
We're not fighting for it. No, we work. It's been wonderful.
Yeah, I bet.
It's a great collaboration. We sort of divided up the directing duties.
How many acts in the play?
One act.
Just
One
one
act.
act.
One act.
It's one
Wow.
act. It's
No intermission?
90 minutes. And
No intermission.
Just straight through.
Straight through.
Wow.
So we've divided up some of the duties. I'm working with the jingle singers, along with Victor. I'm doing the Foley artists. We're sharing the classic directing responsibilities of where the actors go on stage, as well as, their acting. It's been wonderful and a lot of fun, and I look forward to that opening night.
Oh, this will be great. So I'm with PJ Aubrey, who's with Lancaster Playhouse, Victor Jones, Ohio University, Lancaster, the theater department out there, and then the other folks that aren't with us today are Kathy Bittler and Marilyn Steiner from the Garret Players. Now, Victor, when you kind of had this idea, and I'm sure knowing how you work, you've been thinking about this for a while.
I thought about it for a few months before I actually
geared up. Now,
let it come out my mouth.
Is this the play you wanted to do with this group coming together?
For the holiday season, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we had. I thought I had done it more recent, but we did it way back in 2000.
Yeah, with just Ohio University.
12, 13, and 14. Somewhere in that area, and I didn't realize
right?
it had been that long ago. I thought it was just
Wow.
like 5 or 6 years, but it's longer than that. And before I forget, I want to mention we have this pre-show that's going on before every show.
Okay.
And there's some amazing talent that's performing before the show.
This will be singing or...
That's right. So
Yeah.
Thursday night we have the Hughes Family Singers.
Okay.
Friday night, everybody knows the Lancaster Men's Chorus.
Nice.
Saturday at 2, you'll have to help me with this name. It's the Standing Stone Strings Dulcimers.
I've heard of them.
There's a word after that.
Yes.
They're
Dulcimer's the big word.
Dulcimer, the big word.
blank.
Okay.
A group, and they're at 2 o'clock on Saturday, and then Saturday night is groups from Lancaster High School Choir under the direction of Sandy McCoy.
Sure. So it's Thursday, Friday, and then two
shows on Saturday.
Two shows on Saturday, matinee and
two
an
2 o'clock on Thursday and Friday, or on
Yes,
Saturday,
Saturday.
and then 7 o'clock for the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening show. It's a big undertaking here. I mean,
Yes, it is.
Did you ever cross your mind, and Victor, you know how you are here on this, did you ever cross your mind I might have bit off a little more than I want to chew here, or is this right up your alley?
Well, the rehearsal time is short.
Yes.
Is
that good?
It is good.
Yeah.
Because it makes the actors want to work harder because they realize it's a shorter
Sure.
amount of time.
Yeah.
The other part is the challenge that I think we both see is that there are 30 people on stage for 90 minutes.
So almost everybody's out there the entire
They're
time?
out there the entire
Wow.
time.
Wow.
Make sure they have
that's a lot
something to
going
do.
on.
Make sure it's an actor playing an actor.
Yeah. Wow, this is a really, I think it would take a large group, like 3 groups coming together to pull this off.
And you have those wonderful characters from the movie. You have Bert,
All right.
Ernie, all the supporting roles, Potter,
Clarence and Joseph.
Clarence and Joseph,
Oh, yeah.
George and Mary, the whole gang.
Oh, yeah.
Pete, Zuzu, Tommy, the kids, and Janie.
Yeah, the script follows the movie.
Is it
Very,
pretty?
very closely.
Is that right?
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm going to guess we'd have a happy ending here. I'll just go with that.
Yes,
assuming
we
that we
do.
get the wings and it. But it's such a wonderful movie. I just, like I say, from my own personal perspective, I probably enjoy it. And there's 1,000 Christmas movies that are out, and they're all great. But that one has, it's been in public domain for so long. It's just been, one of the great movies to see. And now, I think even on TV now, they only show it one time a year. I mean, right before Christmas. It's not like a Christmas Story that runs 24
Right.
hours, when it's on. This is on one time, maybe a week before Christmas on Channel 4, I think, NBC, and they run it one time, and that's the only time you can
Wow.
see it on TV.
I didn't know that.
No, you can get videos, obviously, you can do
Right.
it like that, but what an opportunity here to see local people, and again, Central Ohio people from all over to come to this. So I bet, Gosh, I'm getting kind of excited even talking about it here. I can imagine what you folks must be like. This is really a great moment. And if you're into theater, this is really pretty big.
It's great, and I'm so proud to be part of it. The Lancaster Playhouse is so proud to be part of the process and the event, and it's been a real opportunity, real experience.
Now, where does the Lancaster Playhouse go after that? Do you have another play?
They do.
When does your season continue?
Our first production of this coming season will be in March.
Okay.
Exact dates to be determined. We're doing Ken Ludwig's The Three Musketeers.
It's a great script.
Another great story.
Yep.
Another great story.
So
And that's in March?
It's in March.
We'll be hearing more about that?
Absolutely.
Do we know any directing or anything about that?
I'll be directing.
We'll be seeing you prior to March. We'll sure have
Okay.
you back.
Absolutely.
OUL, what's next?
You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown the Musical.
And when is that?
March 23rd, 24th, 26th.
Another musical?
Another musical. And it's a great show.
I can
It's
imagine.
perfect
Have
for
you ever
the whole
done that
family.
one?
No, never.
No, never.
I've done a Charlie Brown Christmas, but I've never done
Not
your...
the music. Was it a musical then, too?
Charlie Brown Christmas is just like the TV adaptation.
Okay.
But I've never done this show.
Okay.
And it's the show that launched Kristen Chenoweth's career many years ago.
And she's gone on to do okay.
She did. And the revised version that we're doing has been revised by Andrew Littman, which is from Westerville.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. A lot of
And
talent
went on
right
to
around
write,
here.
And went on to write the hit Broadway musical Big Fish also.
And I'm sure you've seen that when you talk about people really not Lancaster, but more Central Ohio. A lot of talent around here to bring in people like this. We're very blessed to have organizations like yourselves and the Garret Players, and then to get in good people, because the Garret Players, Lancaster Playhouse, Ohio University, you all have stunning shows and stunning seasons in your own right. So we can't think, but this is like a super group that's been put together, with all
With superpowers.
with all the biggies. So we've got Victor Jones with the Ohio University Lancaster, PJ Aubrey with the Lancaster Playhouse, and then also in this is the Garret Players, and Kathy Bittler and Marilyn Steiner, of course, on that. So it's a wonderful live TV play.
Radio.
A live radio play. That's what we want to say. Very with the movie. So if you know the movie, and I'm sure you do, you'll know the story here. But great people. We've got young people. We've got singers. We've got any dancing.
Yes.
Is there a little dance?
choreography that PJ's working on.
Very good. And the pre-shows does that start at 2 o'clock?
This starts a half hour before all shows.
Okay, so if it's 2, it's 1:30 or
That's
6:30 or 7.
correct,
Okay.
Yeah.
Tickets are available.
Absolutely.
And they're affordable. They're only $10, which is
Okay.
less than a movie ticket these days.
You get them online, and
You do.
Okay.
Through the Ohio University Lancaster.
To your website.
To the
there.
website,
I don't have
yes.
that. December 1, 2, and 3. It's worth the time to see this. May not happen again for a while, having these great groups, the Lancaster Playhouse, the Garret Players at Ohio University Lancaster. PJ and Victor, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give our best to Marilyn and Kathy. It's going to be just a wonderful situation. And Merry Christmas to y'all. And we
Merry
know this will be a
Christmas.
wonderful way to really get into the holiday season.
Absolutely.
December 1, 2, and 3. It's a wonderful life. We'll be back
you.
on Fairfield Today.
You walked down the aisle and promised happily ever after. Sometimes happily ever after means ending a relationship. We know the conversations are not easy. Deciding what's best for you, your children, and your next steps takes work and communication. At Dagger Law, we know there are no monsters in a divorce, only people trying to find their way. Local, trusted, experienced. Dagger Law.
I want a doctor who listens to me.
From primary care to specialty medicine, we put your needs first by treating you like a person, not a number. Our primary care team will help you identify your healthcare needs and set goals for success, regardless of where you are in your wellness journey. We care for patients of all ages, with offices that are close to you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
Greetings from Fairfield DD. We are excited to share the joys of the fall season with you. As we move into cooler weather, we hope to see you at Football Friday nights and the County Fair. As you enjoy the season of changing colors, we also want to remind you of the change we hope to see. We pursue a vibrant community where everyone leads a fulfilling life and everyone makes meaningful contributions. Don't forget to stop by our social purpose enterprise, Art and Clay on Main and Square 7 Coffee House, to paint a new piece for your table this season or enjoy a handcrafted fall beverage.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. We appreciate all the folks here that had the Lancaster Players, Lancaster Playhouse, the Garret Players, and Ohio University of Lancaster doing their big It's a Wonderful Life production. We're looking forward to that. And again, this time of the year, there are so many events going on. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. There's multiple events almost every weekend through the end of the year. And this is one of the iconic ones, I really think, that's been here so long. Back in 1959 was the first year for the Lancaster Kiwanis putting on their Pancake Festival, their Pancake Day at Lancaster High School. That's coming up here in less than 2 weeks, and I've got a couple of people here with me who know all about that. We have next to me Andrea Spires, who is the president of the Lancaster Kiwanis, and Craig Miller from Lancaster Kiwanis. Craig is, we have an important part of this whole production on Pancake Day is we have a gourmet nut selection that's for sale every year at this time, and Craig is really what we lovingly call him the Nut King, and you go by that.
Right. That's right.
That's affectionate term. We say it with
term.
affection. Okay.
Yes.
Andrea and Craig with us from the Lancaster. They're both members of Lancaster Kiwanis, and you're at the helm this year, Andrea.
I sure am.
It's all coming to you. It's December 3rd, a Saturday morning and a little bit into the afternoon, 7 to 1 out at Lancaster High School. And it's really kind of the only fundraiser for Lancaster Kiwanis, and with the nuts that go along with it. This is really all the nonprofit work that Lancaster Kiwanis does really is generated from the money that's raised here.
Absolutely. It's a large fundraiser. It's a really good holiday tradition for a lot of folks. I think we haven't been able to have it for a couple of years.
A couple of years you haven't had it, right? This is the first time for a couple
2 years.
of years.
2019 was our last one.
And it is, as you indicated, almost a festive event, sort of like the fair. Families come together, they get there, and it's out at Lancaster High School. You park out there. It's in the cafeteria, and the Lancaster Kiwanis members do all the fixing of all the pancakes. And the meal is what? Pancakes, sausage,
and you get a juice,
orange juice, or
coffee,
and that's it. And
milk.
It's all you can eat
milk,
and all you can eat pancakes.
Yes,
right?
as many as you want. Fill them up.
Right. And it's 7 to 1. And as I get this, Craig, it's the members of the club. They're behind the scenes doing everything. From the seating out front to all the jobs you can't see in the back.
Yeah, we usually get about a 70 or 80% participation rate from our club in this, and it's a big event. Yeah.
And I know you have spouses come in and help out, and in many cases I can remember kids who are children of the members of the club. They've come in and helped, and actually in some cases have come back as members to help out too. So it's really this is the big, as well as the fundraising event, this is the big participation event.
And the key clubbers too from the high school.
And we certainly want to mention them because we have such a wonderful Lancaster High School Key Club here.
Yeah. Thanks to our member Rachel. She really encourages
Rachel
those.
McCoy heads that up. She is sort of the liaison. She is a member of the Lancaster Club, and then she is the advisor for the Lancaster Key Club, and they have a large
like
membership.
150 students at Lancaster High School.
That's amazing. That's amazing, and we've had them at the Kiwanis over the years, and they're very active in the community.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's also key clubs at Bloom Carroll and Fairfield Union as well. So
and Lancaster Kiwanis is the advised mentor club for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. We work with them, and we have Casey Bryan and Kelly Thacker, who are our advisors out of our Kiwanis club, that work with them to help them do some good stuff in the community.
Now, cost for this event is
$6 for adults and $2 for children 10 and under.
And where can tickets be?
So if you know a Kiwanis member, they can reach out to us and get tickets. We have them on us, or they can reach out like our Facebook page. It's Kiwanis Club of Lancaster, and send us a message, and we can try to get those connected with people, or just get them the day of the event.
I was going to say they're available out there because they have ticket takers out there and get them. Now, Craig, we talked about this gourmet nut selection here. This has gone on for I don't know how many years now. You've had this
since
5 or 6?
the early '90s. It's been at least 25 years.
Oh,
yeah.
Really? Okay. And it's as this event is kind of iconic to this time of year. People, and you hear this, they really look forward. Many of these are sold before they even get here.
Yeah, they start asking for them in early October.
What a nice problem.
And they don't come in until the end of October, but there's many of them are pre-sold already, and we have a lot of business partners in town that help us to sell them. Fairfield Federal's one here, and there's several other banks. Walker Shoes out on the east side, Kumler Collision. So there's about a dozen businesses that participate. But if you still can't get to one of those businesses and you'd like to have one of these cans of nuts, which is a great bargain at $25.
No peanuts.
No peanuts in here. It's all quality pistachios and pecans inside this. Give me a call at 740-681-9028, and I'll make sure that one of my nut elves, I've got an army of nut elves that help me deliver.
You do.
They'll get these to you.
And they'll be available at the Pancake event, right?
Yes, they will.
Yeah.
Yes.
The list is also on our Facebook page, too, so if you want to figure out what businesses
where they're available.
Where they're available.
Yeah.
And how much were these?
$25.
$25. Didn't go up?
Did not go up, no.
Okay, very good, very good. So it's a fun day out there. It's kind of a long day. And again, we can think of the history of this. Again, it's gone back to 1959 when the Kiwanis Club first got into this, and it was actually started. Dwight Kane, who was the first principal at General Sherman Junior High and also a member of Lancaster Kiwanis, they had it over at General Sherman to start out in the 50s. And what year were you born?
A little bit after that.
Okay, so she was not in attendance in that first one.
Yeah,
but it started there, and it actually outgrew that, and it's been at the high school ever since then, and probably 40, 50 years at the high school, and it's always a big event there and a fun event. And again, what are some of the things that Lancaster Kiwanis uses these funds they raise? What are some of the events that they help out with all year?
So one of our big things that we've done for quite a long time is our free baseball league for children.
Yeah.
Children like 9 to 12, they can play in the league for free. Everything is provided for them. They get a uniform. They get all of the helmets and bats, and everything is all there.
And that's done at Talmadge School.
Yep,
down
in the
behind
field.
Talmadge School.
Yep. And we've had, like, a few years ago before the pandemic, we had over 80 children participating in that. So it was quite a large endeavor. And we have all volunteers that work through that.
Sure.
We have all
coaches, food, field maintenance, everything is.
All of that.
Yeah.
Yep. And we do that twice a week. We have games. So it's pretty consistent from, I think, May to the end of June. Yeah.
Good summertime event out there, and again, a lot of young people, like you say, kind of pre-pandemic. It was I think they actually had to add a team at one time because there were so many kids wanted to play, which is great. Is great. I don't know what we can say other than it's just a fun event for Lancaster Kiwanis to participate. I mean, you guys do such a great job, and again, we don't see many clubs that are able to put things like this on because I think we know that membership in civic organizations, of which Kiwanis is certainly one, certainly since the pandemic, it's been a little harder to get people back in. Churches are seeing attendance down. Most civic organizations are struggling. So back again for the first time in a couple of years, and are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
The Gift of Time will also be there that day. The Gift of Time.
Oh yeah, and Kathy Clare or Kathy Crawford now.
Yes.
I remember it's Kathy Clare, but Kathy Crawford, and that's a huge event they have in the GAC quarter out there outside the cafeteria, and then books to young people, and I know Kiwanis is involved in that too, and helping out with books.
So it's 10 to 12 this year. So it'll be coinciding during our event, and kids can just come out and spend some time with their parents and have also things to take home with them that day to spend some more quality time later on when they're not at the event.
Well, it's fun to have Craig Miller and Andrea Spires with us today. Golly, and again, for the first time in 3 years, was there much debate on whether you should have it again or not, or was it just kind of, it's time?
I think everyone was ready to have it again.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people have been asking about it. People are excited when they hear that we're going to have the event again. We were a little bit concerned, because people still have worries about COVID, et cetera, but luckily, it's a safe space, and, a lot of the schools are still back to normal functioning, so we think it'll be a great time to be out and just collaborate and get together with people again and start the holiday season off right.
And it's in the Lancaster High School cafeteria, so it's kind of a big open area right there. And certainly if anybody feels like they need to wear a mask, that's permissible.
Absolutely.
No problem. You don't have to, but it's.
We have to-go boxes also, so if you don't want to hang out.
That's a good point too. A lot of businesses, a lot of individuals get carry-out boxes, and you just come in and order your dinners, and then they box them up right there.
Yep.
And I will say it's pretty cool to see the conveyor. For people that haven't seen that before, is you're right there getting your pancakes at the window where they serve you that. This conveyor has been sort of a big part of this for all these years. Everett Wogan, which is an old name in town, used to be Wogan Laboratories. Everybody knew Everett. He was a member of the club, as I understand it, and kind of put this on, and it's kind of worth the price of admission to see that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's a little piece of history.
Yeah. So how many years now, Lancaster Kiwanis? I'll spring that on you. Do you remember? Over 100. I remember.
So,
1919.
Yeah.
1919.
There you go.
Yeah,
103.
1915, the big Kiwanis started, and then this club came in 4 years after. So over 100 years, and again, since 1959, this event's been going on. It's at Lancaster High School on December 3rd, 7 to 1. That's a Saturday, 7 in the morning. It opens up to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Cost of the tickets are again
$6 for adults, $2 for children 10 and under.
Okay, and you can get carry-out meals. They're available.
And gourmet nuts.
That's a big thing. They'll available around the community, and like I say, it's on the Kiwanis Facebook page. You can find it. Any member of Lancaster Kiwanis would have tickets available to them, and the nuts will be available at many businesses. They'll be listed at the Facebook page, I think Andrea said, and then they'll be available out at the event also.
Yep.
And great way to start off the holiday season. December 3rd, it's well underway, an exciting time. We wish you the best. It's I guess you don't know. You haven't had it for a couple years, so we'll see what the turnout. But we believe it will be back to normal.
Yeah,
back to normal. Thanks for what Lancaster Kiwanis does. I know you do a lot of good stuff in the community. We appreciate that. Thanks for everything. Craig and Andrea with us today for the Lancaster Kiwanis Pancake Day, December 3rd, out at Lancaster High School. Thanks for joining us on Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.